Here we have activity 1, and we have both of the hydrochloric acid and the sodium carbonate. Both mixtures are mixed into this tube here. Initially there was a fizz or bubbly effect when we added the solutions together, but that subsided and the color of it is still remains clear, and it is at approximately 22 degrees Celsius. So it only went up 1 degree as far as the temperature, but otherwise physically there is no changes. This concludes that this is no physical change, but there is a chemical change in this combination of solutions. Here we have activity 2, which is the mixture of the sodium polyacrylate and the water. As soon as I mixed in the water to the sodium polyacrylate, it started fizzling and bubbling, and then the texture turned much more dense. And as you can see, the temperature on it now is approximately 23 Celsius. So this is definitely a physical change, because you can definitely see the changes from what it was before, which was much more water was liquid, and the sodium polyacrylate was powder, white powder. This here we have activity 3. So we have our copper sulfate mixed with our sodium carbonate. Both looks like a milky bluish color, and we have a temperature of approximately 22 Celsius. This here is our activity 4A. We have a tea candle here, in which was completely white, including the wick before we lit it. After we lit, the wick started turning black, and of course there's a little flame, and the wax is starting to melt. Here we have what was activity 4B. We pretty much held an ice cube in the aluminum pan with the forceps, and as you can see, the ice has melted. This is more of a physical change. The color is still the same, except that it's just starting to melt. Here we have activity 5. We have 1 gram of sugar mixed with water. It is clear. Temperature is still at 21 Celsius. So this concludes that it's pretty much more of a chemical change rather than physical. Initially, before actually swirling the solutions together, you could see the sugar, but as we started swirling it more, it started pretty much blending in with the water. These here we have 6B. We have hydrochloric acid. We added on to our solution that was on 6A. Color is about the same what it initially started on 6A, more of like a pink purplish fluorescent violet looking color. The degrees on it right now it's at 26 Celsius. The sodium hydroxide solution mixed with the copper sulfate. As you can see, the solution turned more of a blue color. It definitely picked up after the copper. Here we have activity 8. Blue water and yellow water mixed together. They both made a combination of green water, and the temperature remained the same. Physical change because the color and the appearance of the actual solutions